Hey, this is CP.
It's AO.
We're Cargo Streetwear Boutique. You listen to the PreGame Podcast.
Bless the bottle.
Next.
All right, you listen to Season 4, Episode 16 of the PreGame Podcast. We got special guests, that's plural.
Very special.
Very special. Shout out to Cargo Streetwear Boutique. Let's give a round of applause, man. Appreciate y'all coming to the PreGame Podcast, man.
Word.
Listen, we are in the only shipping container store in Indiana. The only one.
Yes, sir.
Only one.
And I'm proud of that shit.
Right on.
You know, I'm from Indianapolis, man. This is something that we definitely need. So if you can, please, just give the people just a little story, a little background about Cargo Streetwear Boutique.
Yeah, so the story actually starts with Frozen Tears back in 2017.
I don't want to cut you off, CP, but we actually do need to go over who the guest star. You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
that's my fault. So let's bring that back.
Jump the gun.
But shout out to AO, shout out to CP. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
no problem.
The initial boys.
For sure, definitely.
Letters over here.
Definitely initial game, just letters.
Straight up.
But yeah, so just give a little bit of background knowledge about Cargo Streetwear Boutique.
Yeah, so 2017, October 2017, we opened Frozen Tears, and AO and I got in a partnership with another cat, and it ended up just not working out, you know, which was cool, you know what I'm saying? It's just business sometimes. So we had a good opportunity at the time to get into a store and understand kind of if we could do it or not. So that store ends up closing. We pull out of that store. We get another opportunity through Startup 317. We decide that we're going to open up this little pop-up boutique in this garage building. And we did that for about 30 days, I think. Maybe like 40 days.
Too.
Yeah.
Yep, I pulled up to that.
Right,
a couple times.
Yeah, and it was cool, you know. Like, we had a good little space. We had a good little vibe. And then we ended up losing that spot, too. So we had put in a bunch of work in terms of just, like, painting, cleaning stuff. We power washed the inside
So
that
y'all were under
garage.
the impression that was yours for a while.
Well, like, he made it seem like we could keep it until he had plans to develop it.
Right.
Right? So if you drive by there right now, there's
It's nothing.
Exactly. It still
Right.
looks the
Of
exact
course.
same as we left
Yeah.
it. So,
Damn,
we
that's cold.
Right. So just being frustrated with like losing out on like sweat equity, man. Just in
Right.
terms of like putting in like my time and energy into a space. I figured it'd be better suited if we did it into something that we could own.
Mm-hmm.
So then when I was looking into buying a commercial building, like the costs are just crazy.
Ridiculous.
I can't afford it, you know. So I just was thinking of like alternative solutions, and I happened to see like a shipping container structure when I was in Berlin visiting my brother. My brother lived there because he competed for like the German national team, so he was there in Germany. And so I went and visited him, saw that, and then he ended up moving to Portland, Oregon, and there's a Starbucks made out of two of them. And I was like,
I was on Google Images today.
Right.
Trying to do some research.
Did a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn,
so
okay.
So I saw that, and I'm
Saw
like,
that one too.
yo, this is crazy. This is cool. You know, it's a cool concept. And then the cost of a shipping container is significantly cheaper than buying a commercial building. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it just made sense at the time, like, for us to have a structure that if, let's say, the person we're renting from now, where the lot is, says, hey, I'm going to develop this. I need you to leave. We're not going to lose our sweat equity.
Right.
Because we call a truck, we pick this thing up, and we move it to another spot. So,
There you
like,
go. And that's
Yeah,
fire.
just to make it clear, we are.
Crazy.
You probably can't tell, but we are inside of a shipment container right now.
yeah, it's a 40-foot long, high cube shipping container. It used
sure.
to have product in it.
Now, who's got the carpentry skills? Who knows all that good stuff?
Yeah, man. So that's just from like experience of just doing odd jobs and stuff growing up, man. Yeah,
It's definitely like a lost art for I feel like people our generation.
Oh yeah, no. So
Like I have no idea how to do this.
I'm
shit.
fake handy. I'm not this kind of. I'm not putting no flooring in.
Right.
So yeah, like at Ben Davis, we had woods and plastics class. So I
Proud
kind
of
of
the
knew.
West Side.
Shout out to the West Side one time.
West Side.
That's my adoptive home. I don't even live
Bro,
over
you do
there.
not live nowhere near BD.
I don't even live over there, but I appreciate the West
At
Side
all.
for whatever reason.
it's a lot safer. That's why.
Okay.
The streets are paved. That's the start.
But yeah, CP was the handy one. So like, he pretty much like he would buy everything that we would need, and we kind of just figure it out. If he didn't know, we'd look on YouTube. You know?
How often did you fuck up trying to do this?
I let him take the lead. And then,
Yeah,
you
so
know
all the
what I'm
fuck ups are on me, honestly,
Okay.
because this is something I've been working on for years, man. Like I've been thinking about a shipping container project. When I got out of undergrad, I was running around Bates Hendrick raising money, trying to build shipping container homes, and that project got some traction. I got like 3 investors ready to go, and then we found out if I build you a shipping container home and you want to buy it, you're not going to get a mortgage because a bank isn't going to give you a mortgage for it. So essentially, I needed cash buyers, and this was also like 2012.
That's tough.
So like no one was really to take this leap right coming out of the housing crisis.
Right.
But like looking back on it now,
Makes sense.
we would have all been
What's
out
a
of own
shipping container
basic.
house cost? Like 20?
It depends on
No. So like to do one that's roughly 2,000 square feet, all in. You know what I'm talking about? Like really
Appliance.
doing
Take it
everything
out.
and like
Yeah.
doing your permits.
Bathtub.
I mean, you're probably all in
I've
at
seen
about
that shit.
150,000.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, no cash buyers for that.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, that's what you're in on cost in terms
Yeah.
of selling. You're gonna sell it for like 3.
3, yeah.
Right.
So,
But it's a really good investment.
But-
Plus with
Really good
gentrification
investment.
popping, man.
Yeah,
Anything
really good
is possible.
Honestly, you really only need to get cool and like trendy for white people.
Yeah,
and then you'll sell them, you know.
they adapt.
Yeah,
For
you
sure.
never know. So
It's like a vegan way of living.
Yeah, they'll all live in
Yeah.
a shipping container in the middle of the ocean.
I mean, it's a sustainable thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
we're just
for
sitting
sure.
around, so
See,
like,
that's the selling point. You
Hey.
feel me?
That's important. Environmental friendly. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I'm saving the environment. Oh, honey. Man, listen. So I want to know. Well, no, let's back it up. I want to know some history. So, what is streetwear? For somebody listening that doesn't know anything about streetwear, could you explain that to them? Like, what is a streetwear boutique in general?
I think streetwear kind of encompasses something different for everybody.
Gotcha.
Because to me, like what my history with streetwear, my kind of process with it has been like, it was urban wear when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like urban wear. You know what I'm saying? Man Alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that era.
Belvedere
you know what I'm saying?
Blues.
Like, yeah, when I was like, I had to run into JMB Kids, you know, because like that was the spot I had to go to get stuff for my size. You know what I'm saying? So like that's just my experience kind of with like streetwear. So like streetwear to me, that's what it started as. But
Okay.
I think what it kind of defines now is like the ability of like functionality. So like when I think about streetwear, I think about like times I spent in Berlin where I see like a guy in a business suit or a woman in like a dress,
Right.
but still wearing sneakers because that's the way it is to get
Got
around
you.
town. Like I'm not gonna trek around town in heels. I'm gonna wear sneakers because they're functional. You know, so like brands like Stone Island that like really prove functionality. They
Look 'em up
really
right now because I know people like Stone Island.
right,
Go
but
ahead.
but brands like that
And
are
Drake
really
wear it.
like transitioning streetwear into like I think that's how like the European culture's coming
Right.
about it because it's this practicability about it. It's like the reason that I'm wearing it is functionality and it happens to also look cool. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
that's why that tech wear you see that, you know, with Nike tech fleeces and
Right.
like jogger pants, like that really came from the ability to just be functional because
And
like
comfortable.
exactly,
Makes sense.
Same
exactly,
But
right.
still looking fly.
Right.
Absolutely.
Got you.
So that's kind of what it is to me.
Like the
Gotcha.
chest rigs you guys are wearing.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How we
I mean, I tell hey, yo, this is my purse. I call it my purse all the time. I'm serious, man.
Type
I
shit.
keep
Nah,
stuff.
sometimes you
Type
can't put
shit.
everything in your pockets. You need some shit like
Can't.
that.
No.
Can't.
I got my
they fire
chapstick
too.
in
Jeans
here,
is
my
getting tighter, man,
lotion,
anyway.
like
The jeans are
everything.
getting tighter, man.
Man, yeah. So can y'all talk about just some of the brands that you can actually purchase at Cargo Streetwear Boutique?
So the thing about our store is our store is all about education, right? So typically you go into a store and then you buy the brands that the store is already curated for you. Our store is basically set up to where the main thing in our store is both of our brands, and then everything else in the store is basically curated to fit those products.
And for the people,
Okay.
the two brands are called.
Komefi and Wishful Thinking. So
Gotcha.
CP runs Komefi, I run obviously Wishful Thinking. So basically we have like Stone Island pieces, Y3, Brain Dead, things like that, FTP.
I'm learning right now, by the way.
So basically the store, the way that it's ran is we basically go out and curate products for people. Typically stores sign deals with people to get, you know, everything they kind of have coming out for a certain season.
Right, and they ship it to you. You gotta put it out. and
We have
display
no
it
we have no
somewhere.
wholesale accounts or
Right.
anything like this. This is a real boutique. Like we go out and hand select all of these garments. That's why a lot of this stuff is one on one. So
Damn.
like
Yeah.
all this stuff is like this is our closet. You know what I'm saying? Like
Got
we
you.
shop for our consumers. So
Directly for
a
them.
lot of it is like bringing in brands that aren't available here in Indiana
Right.
at all, or
Right.
Indianapolis, or brands that are rarely seen. You know, so or brands that like I'm educated about just from like traveling and stuff like that.
So there's still sweat equity in this.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
It's
For
important for
sure.
people to know that, man.
For sure.
Yeah,
for
bro,
sure.
This is self-funded. Like we own everything in here.
Right.
We don't owe
Yeah.
anybody anything.
Yeah, we
So,
don't do
like,
any consignment, any of that.
that's
So
you know what I'm saying. So like, there's no credits or
Right.
anything like this. This
That's
is
tight.
us working hard and saving our own money and doing this.
Yeah.
There you go, man. That's fire, man. I'm
on
proud
top
of y'all, man.
Right
On
on.
top of that, a point you guys always make is like you are bringing in these one-on-one pieces, but you are selling them at a point to where the consumer saving $10, $15.
Oh, absolutely. Like It doesn't make sense if we buy product and sell it for more than retail or more than you can get it online. So like AO was just saying, this store is curated for us, for our brands. You know, like these other brands complement our brands and help get people in the door. But
Got you.
Essentially, it's for our stuff.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's to the point to where we'll go get the best thing from, let's say, Y3 or Stone Island. And then when we get it, we attempt to sell it cheaper than any other brand. So, it makes sense to shop in our store for one thing or another. Like I said, our store is all about our brands, but the best thing about other brands complement our actual brand as well. So.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna beat the online price, so you come into our store and see our product.
This shit fire. This shit is so crazy, man, because the city really needs this. You know what I mean? I feel like it's something the city lacks. So to have y'all doing this and telling y'all story, man, that's impactful.
Right on, man.
Right on.
It's lacking a lot more than this, man. We got a lot more plans. Like, this is a small stepping stone.
We know we're gonna get to that.
Oh yeah.
Is it a goal for y'all to see more of these, or is this if somebody did it like, we know where they got that from? As far as a cargo tanker
Y'all was
for a
thinking
store.
like, would there be different cargos? Would be the cargo in L.A., cargo in Chicago?
I mean, you want to talk about it?
No, go ahead.
All right, so basically the way that it'll work is, so our store works perfectly in Indiana because you see people dressed like, all the online brands, the Palace, the Supremes, all of that. They normally are buying it online. So most of the things that we curate are also those things, but we sell other things as well. So it's kind of one of those type of situations to where you get like a brand that you can get online, and then you can get like let's say like a Bristol Studios or something like that. So like it brings you in and you want to buy what's in our store. Now the thing about it is we'll go out and we'll make sure that one, the price is beating other prices. It's the best things from those brands, and then I forgot what the initial question was, but
I was saying the actual concept of a cargo store.
We won't ever exist in LA. We won't ever exist in New York. And the main reason why
you can get that stuff.
You can get those products, the products that we offer in those cities already from other stores.
Yeah,
the reason why our store works is because we offer stuff that's not offered here. So if we were ever to expand, our markets would be small markets. So like
St. Louis,
Oklahoma
like
City,
St. Louis,
maybe Cincinnati.
Columbus,
like that's our market. Louisville, you know what I'm saying? So like
places that work like Indiana. So like so Supreme
markets.
Supreme exists in New York. It exists in LA. Like,
so be hard, man.
But there's definitely a market to expand for sure. But it's
and if you ever get to that level,
right. So like we want to put one in Bloomington just because we went to school.
Makes sense.
We understand how it works.
And it would go crazy.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you know how that goes.
But I meant to double down on that, just the actual concept of having a store.
Yeah, if someone else
we're
does
not the originators.
Right. It's not like we started this. But so if someone else wants to do it, go ahead and do it. But I can tell you, I'll have some ready for you here in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get to that.
Got you.
Yeah, we got some ideas.
Or hit up CP, he help you.
Absolutely.
Right.
Indie Container Mods LLC will help you.
Okay.
That's who rents
for a fee,
right?
With lawyers
for a nominal fee,
right? Don't think you're just about to, you know what I mean?
What's that business called again?
Indie Container Mods. That's who actually owns the container, and Indie Container Mods LLC rents to Cargo Streetwear Boutique.
So
rents the money.
There you go.
There's levels to it.
AO and CP are out here.
Right.
We own both of them.
I'm still not listening. They still sleep right now. Why should someone from the city come shop at Cargo Streetwear Boutique? Like
we have no other streetwear stores. The things in our store are literally curated for the people in Indiana. So let's say you feel like let's say you feel like you want something that's cool, but you don't know what you want, right? So we have all the things that will bring you in, the Supremes and the Palace and all that stuff that you see online, right? And then we have other things in stores that will make you come into the store. But then there's nowhere else in the city to buy that kind of stuff.
That's real.
And then we obviously one thing that we want to do to kind of pull in people is we want to do like pop-ups for other brands in the city. So like it's not only what we offer, but what we can offer for other people as well. So like, we're a company that really fucks with the community.
You're also a venue now too.
Type of shit, you know. So we're doing things like podcasts now.
Yeah, you never know. Pull up some mics and a table, and make this shit work.
You know what I'm saying? Catch somebody in here. Maybe. We'll see.
So, I guess it plays both ways. And so if I'm like, if I'm a clueless guy, I'm trying to make sure I'm up to speed on some shit. Pull up to Cargo, and AO will walk me through what I need, or what I should grab.
You gonna learn
what I shouldn't grab, what goes with this, what doesn't go with this, that type of situation.
Right. So when people come into the store, we basically walk them through everything, and we allow them to basically learn. We have like a quick. Let's like when you go to a museum, you get a brochure that says. There's contemporary this way. You have modern this way, right? So when people come in, we basically give them a little rundown like that, like a tour. Yeah, like basically when you guys came in, the way that we broke it down.
I definitely got the lesson.
So
I got the lesson.
Yeah, for sure.
The grand opening too. Do you feel like you're in a shipping container?
AO's got his pitch down.
That's
right.
He throwing the two-seamer every time somebody walk in.
I mean, but if you think about it, we're really sitting in a shipping container, and it feels like we're in a store.
It does.
You know.
Damn. No, that's facts.
I mean, you probably forgot it since you've been in here. Like, damn, we're really in a shipping container.
For sure. People gotta come check that out, get that experience. So how did y'all meet? For those that don't know, can we get the backstory on y'all's relationship?
It goes back to Ben Davis. You know what I'm saying? I've known AO since I was 16. So
yeah,
we go back, bro. So a lot of people don't realize
y'all was
that.
the fresh guys in school too.
Type shit.
Yeah,
y'all was up on it.
Absolutely, bro. I mean, I remember camping out for like LRG Dead Series hoodies.
Man, hey, LRG was special. Man.
I would hit RNS. Hey, RNS at Lafayette Square. Remember that store stood for real nigga shit. Had a store called Real Nigga Shit, bro. Like, damn.
No, man, the video went crazy too.
Left
right, hell yeah.
Everybody from the scene know that song, man.
They had a cool little jingle.
Yeah, and they had a commercial on TV.
They did.
That was killing
back
back then.
It was absolutely.
So the store was called RNS.
Yeah, come on, RNS,
shit.
just like that, bro. And you be at home sitting around like,
RNS
I need to go to RNS for real.
Okay. Yeah, it was crazy.
He's the
Damn. That was that time period though. You wore less than 2X, you was tripping.
Everything started at
Basically,
2X. Like, so I bought all these LRG Dead Series hoodies. Me and my homie camped out for them, and then no one bought them. So like we camped out, and then we were the only ones in line. So like they had a whole bunch of them, but like everything started at 2X, and like obviously I don't wear 2X. So like
You did then,
bro. I definitely did. You know what I'm saying? I had the turquoise one, 2X.
That's so crazy we did that shit, man.
I was selling 4X, 5Xs, like. That shit was ridiculous,
man.
I got shit from like age 13. I still can't fit today.
That's too big, right?
I was thinking the same thing.
I got a Steve Harvey suit from like 04, bro.
But you know what though? The way fashion is going.
Now I got a Paul Pierce jersey and a 2X.
Yeah,
I had no
baggy jeans are in style again.
You
baggy
can
jeans are in
actually
style again.
pull that off. You know what I mean?
It's down to my knees still.
Yeah, baggy jeans are in style again. Bro.
Yeah,
the chunky
for sure.
sneaker, all of that.
Oh,
it is.
Well, everything's
true,
in style now. With the internet, man, like it doesn't matter. Like
no
there's someone else that's dressing like you somewhere else in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was growing up, like like we're all growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like there was like a certain level to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like and there was like
to fit a mold.
Yeah, there was like
we
stuff
got to do some research too.
Yeah, there was
you
stuff
could like
I
twist
wanted
off
to
the mold
wear.
a little bit, but you had to still fit that mold.
Exactly. You couldn't be
that
too
weird.
off. Where like, this dude's weird or this dude's XYZ. So like
people still.
But now I think everything's so celebrated because we have the internet, we have social media, and the world is so much smaller. Where like even if you're like the weirdo in your little town, there's somewhere else.
It's relatable to
social
someone
media that's dressed like
you post that fit, you'll get some likes.
So everything's in style, man.
Right.
Like it doesn't matter what you're wearing. You know what I'm saying? Like anything you wear, there's someone relatable to you. So like,
and you were not alone.
Right.
I am here with you.
Yes. You are not. Now that's real though. And honestly, how do y'all feel about the culture of Indianapolis? Y'all feel as though are we moving forward? Are we kind of as somewhere where people actually are cool in y'all's opinion?
I mean,
or fresh.
Think about it this way: the internet brings us all together, right? You put something on the internet, it can go viral within minutes. We all see the same thing at the same time. So it's one of those things to where it's like, as far as the internet goes, Indiana needs what people in LA need. The people in LA just have the culture to go with it, more or less. People in Indiana feel like we're not that cool, so we don't have any type of culture.
Getting there, though.
I mean,
yeah, no, for sure. I look at Indy like a puzzle. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a big puzzle, and we're like still putting pieces together. We don't even have like
the corners.
That corner. Yeah. You know, we're still trying to get that. You know, like because like the biggest thing that this city lacks is culture. In terms of like celebrating it. It doesn't lack culture in terms of like we don't have culture here because like all of us in this room have a culture that we share together.
Right.
But is there a platform in this city that's
used
to
to be.
celebrate our culture? Or is there a platform in this city to celebrate other cultures and bring other people together and be more inclusive? We don't really have that here. You know what I'm saying? Like there's places that I still go, and I've lived in this city for 20 plus years, that I still don't feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like in my own city,
Right.
I
That's
still
real.
don't feel comfortable because I know there's people there that don't look like me, and they probably don't want me there. So
Shout out to
like,
the red state.
Hey, went blue once though.
I mean, one of them
Respect
yeah,
those
was-
Easy.
Time.
It did go blue. That's real though. That's an interesting take, man. So we a puzzle. I like that. Hopefully it gets better over time.
I mean, it's getting
I
better
mean,
currently.
it only
Gotta get them
is.
corners.
Yeah, it's getting better currently.
For sure.
All
And
of
this
us were
is
younger,
helping.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure.
You know,
This
as
is
well.
this is the first time our city has had someone like us to be in charge or something like that. Typically, it's people that have to understand, like that have to get immersed with what we're doing.
Right.
We already understand it. I mean, the way that we both went to IU.
Yeah.
Understand it. There was a culture built down there for us. It's not so much down there now, but like when we were down there, we saw like the blueprint for it.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
We're just trying to replicate that at this point.
There you go. And y'all gonna bring it back down to Bloomington as well.
Yeah,
We're gonna try, absolutely.
For sure.
absolutely.
What can we expect from Komefi and Wishful Thinking this year? What's up?
In what terms?
I mean, what can
The
we
year's
expect
almost
some of that
over,
new?
man. So
It is almost over.
I'm getting ready for next year. But
Okay.
Yeah, that's
They on
basically-
2020 already.
I mean, we got some shit for y'all in 2022.
Okay.
absolutely.
I got you. I had a question as well. So, with different brick and mortars, I got a question about brick and mortars too. With different brick and mortars, usually they have their own brand.
Right.
Can we expect a Cargo Streetwear standalone brand in
Oh
2020?
yeah. So basically, I feel like what you were asking before, as far as like brands, like what do we have coming? So like our in-store brand is going to be the Cargo brand, obviously, but
merch.
it's basically going to be a collaboratory project between him and I.
Okay.
So we'll never like do the same thing like with our brands, but it's basically the Cargo
Cargo
brand
merch
is
is our
our
collaboration.
collaboration.
and that's what we did at Frozen Tears.
Cargo's the umbrella.
Absolutely.
Basically,
Gotcha.
yeah, basically.
Well, won't be no Cargo Streetwear T-shirt.
I mean, no,
No,
it
there
will
will
be.
be.
Everything that we make will
there'll
be.
Cargo Streetwear like merch.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Gotcha.
have store merch. And
Yeah,
that's
the
like
store
our
merch will
collaborative
just be a
merch. What he's
collaborative.
saying is there won't be a Komefi Wishful Thinking collab.
T-shirt.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
But there will be a cargo T-shirt.
right.
Okay,
That's
cool.
done
That's
by
our
these two
collaboration.
together.
Which is
Which
our
is going to be
collaboration.
crazy.
Right, that's our collaboration.
Now, speaking of which, some of you guys are about the city, and you know what I'm saying, putting on for people. I'm X, Y, and Z. I got a brand. How do I approach you guys to get my brand in Cargo?
That is a great question. All right,
It happens
so,
all the time. Go ahead.
So typically, we almost find it offensive, if you don't come into the store and at least talk to us.
Check it out.
Don't DM us
Right.
only. That's crazy.
Right, you have a brand that you essentially want to care about. You want it to grow. You want to give it legs. So
Make it
you
personal.
Right, you should care about where it's sold and what it looks like. So you should come to talk to us at least. We're personable people. But if someone has a brand, come into the store, talk to us. Our plans are that we're gonna have a guest rack in the front. That way we can accommodate those brands.
Kind of like how Michelangelo's is right now, right?
So the
Correct.
Michelangelo collab is our guest rack. Yeah. So that platform is there for other people.
Okay.
Because like we're not selfish, and it's not like we don't want
Right.
to put everyone else on, man.
Shout out to
And-
Michelangelo.
Shout out to
by the way.
Michelangelo,
Ah,
man.
bro,
The
for
project's
sure,
crazy,
man.
man.
Yeah,
Shout out to
shout out
you,
Michael.
CP.
He's super talented, man. Like, I gave the dude shirts that were messed up from my manufacturer, and he turned them into.
No,
Like,
he's
Art,
you know what I'm
sweat
saying?
equity. For real.
Right, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like,
Like,
cutting
the
soul.
man is crazy,
it's
man.
It's all
Like,
about
he's-
sustainability. So
Nah,
That's a good angle.
no, he's all about that. He's all about that.
Ales over here catering to the white folk.
Yeah, hey, you don't never know who's listening. Never know who's listening. Y'all use big
Sure.
words on here all the time.
Dude,
So.
Environmentally
Recycle.
friendly, man.
You
That's
know what I'm
important.
saying?
This motherfucker
Ecotourism.
right here. But
So,
I mean, I don't know if you finished answer. So I need to come in and talk to you guys.
Got you.
What do I need to offer to where I'm good enough to be in here?
Hey, bring your A game.
Okay.
The offer to me, like, you don't need to offer anything in terms of like money or anything besides like offer passion and offer like a product. Don't come in here and tell me your ideas. You better bring a product in here.
Right.
Don't say like I got this
Right.
idea or I got this sketch. I don't
Right.
care about that because
I need the textile in my hand.
yeah, it can't be on level one,
Nothing we
man.
can do. about
exactly,
that.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
have a
come from
certain
concrete.
level about it, but like
Okay.
at the same time, like we're not about to be biased to anyone in terms of like, oh, we know you, we don't know you, or even I like your product or I don't like your product, you know?
Yeah,
Because
it
like,
works or it
who
doesn't
am I to judge the masses? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So like I'm gonna give everyone a chance that I can. You know what I'm saying? Like now there's obviously gonna be a schedule and stuff like that, but like as many people as we can, we're gonna give a chance. because we wouldn't be here without the chance that we had. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
because
saying?
like Ayo said, you guys are the first as far as like of the culture, from the culture, trying to sell the culture, as opposed to other people that have boutiques in the city where it's like this older guy, or it may not technically be of the culture.
No, I feel you.
And yeah, so there's a responsibility that comes along with that, and it's interesting to see how you guys are gonna maneuver,
real.
work through that.
Y'all build great relationships, man. Y'all down to earth, you know what I'm saying? And so I only see this place just excelling. You know what I mean? Just from that standpoint alone, knowing y'all too. Yeah, man.
Can't make
Y'all
everybody
ahead of
happy
the curve.
though. Somebody gonna be shitty.
Yeah, somebody gonna be, you know.
Cargo niggas wouldn't take my team, man. I iron them shits on all day and they ain't take them.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It'd be
Man,
like that sometimes.
So I had a question about that, man. Real serious.
What's up?
So we've seen a lot of brick and mortars come and go in the city. You know what I mean? Especially these last several years we've been here. We all from here. We know them.
Yeah, man.
So
No,
how do
personally.
y'all survive? How do y'all sustain in this internet-ass world right now?
We got the model.
Yeah.
That's why we're sitting in the shipping container. Our
Right.
overhead is the lowest that it can be.
Right,
Come on,
right.
man. That's how you make
Gotcha.
it in retail. So, like, the reason why a lot of these places aren't surviving is because
They got that
there's a
high
discrepancy right now between landlords and corporations and small business owners. That's why places that or organizations like Startup 317 exist. Because 50% of first floor retail in Indianapolis is vacant, bro. How crazy is that?
Yeah, it's
you go in a
ridiculous.
city like New York, man, like that,
Solid.
People
that's
scratching and clawing to get them
Yeah.
spots.
right. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. 50% of first floor retail downtown Indianapolis is vacant. So like, there's got to be some kind of shift to that.
Middle
you know what I'm
ground.
saying? Exactly.
Damn. So
Right.
by design. You know, I thought that was like my kicker question.
Nah, he's ready.
We're by
Like,
design, bro. Like
yeah.
we our overhead is the gas that it costs to run our generator and the rent we pay to keep our container on this lot. Other than that, we pay nothing else.
CP giving away the game.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like if you know,
Giving away
if
the
anyone's
game,
listening
man.
to this, like if you really want to make it in retail, keep your
That's-
overhead costs low. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
You're not tied to these brands to where you're required to buy a certain amount of them either.
We don't have any accounts.
Right.
So
Like,
we don't
so-
get fucked up in like not being able to sell anything. We sell everything.
All right.
And the thing is, like, if any of these brands approach us, like, me and Ayo had this conversation recently. Like, what are we gonna do if someone's asking, like, hey, we wanna get you an account? We have all the power at this point because if any of these brands come to us, it's like we already sell your product.
We don't. we don't need
I'm
you.
already selling
So,
your shit.
so like
we don't need you.
you need
We
to
don't
tell
need
us,
you.
like, you're not gonna tell us what to sell. We're gonna
Right.
pick and choose from your catalog what to sell.
Like
and
we've
if you
been
don't,
doing.
like we
Right.
have been, regardless. So we don't need any of these brands. They're gonna need us as eventually. You know what I'm saying? If they're going to make a footprint in Indianapolis, they're gonna need our platform.
Hey man, I'm stumped.
That's tight.
That's
Gatekeeper.
tight, man.
Gatekeeper.
That's all I got. Nah, gatekeeping's real, man.
Right.
For real.
For sure. If you could be a gatekeeper, just be nice about it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I ask.
Be a bellhop. Be polite about shit.
Have valet at least.
Right.
Right.
Man, look, we appreciate y'all. This is definitely fire. Shout out to Cargo Streetwear Boutique. They got a lot of good things coming 2020. Make sure you get your hands on the shirt. Come in here to get the experience. You know what I mean? Learn and then cop something new that we don't normally have here in the city. This shit was tight as always. One thing we forgot to do though. We got to do it. Pre-game podcast. At
We
the
didn't.
end.
We didn't do it because it wasn't four of us. I was gonna let
Call
it
the
ride.
test. All right.
That was the only reason I didn't do it.
Yeah,
Usually I call you out for not doing it.
Y'all gotta ask a question for Ree. Y'all gotta think like him.
I cannot think like Ree. It's impossible.
Man, hold on. Wait. Let's one.
Okay. All right. I'll be Ree.
Go ahead.
I'll go first. Shit. They already answered that though. It's hard to do them at the end.
I got one, bro. So, y'all's favorite creatives growing up. Favorite creative of all time. Outside of yourselves. Respectfully.
Damn. I'll probably go with Pharrell. Like that. Like so everything that happened like maybe 2003, 106 in Park type of like that era. That's what inspired me to get to this part. So
Got you.
yeah, I would say Pharrell. Would you?
Man, I'd
Good
probably
choice.
say Tony Hawk.
Damn, shout out to Tony Hawk.
yeah.
I was crazy on that game. I was so
Bro,
good.
like
game was
Tony
fire.
Hawk
Yeah,
Pro
game was fire.
Skater, like that's really when I figured out that I was a creative because I remember like Pro Skater 3 allowed you to make your own skate park. And I wouldn't even play the game, bro. All I did was create skate parks. That's all I did.
And the
And, like,
soundtrack was
that's a fire
innovative too.
story.
Like,
But the soundtrack was innovative too.
right? And so like,
Yeah, go.
I mean, that dude was like ultimately creative to me in terms of like even doing the 900.
that
Nobody
was
did
crazy.
the 900 at the
Shout out
time. You know
Tony
what I'm saying?
Hawk,
So like,
man.
shout out to Tony Hawk, man. Like that dude put a lot of people on.
Shout out to Tony. All right. Your number one choice for a brand ambassador. If you can get somebody in the wishful thinking or Komefi, who would the person
Shout out
be?
to Rough.
Damn. I think our answer is gonna be the same.
Who you
It's
say?
cute. It's real cute. Look at them.
yeah,
Look
Hold
at
on.
guys.
Yeah.
I'll change mine. You
They about to
go
fuse.
first.
Go ahead, go say.
Go Tinks.
I was gonna say Kim Jones. I fuck with Kim Jones right now.
Damn.
He was snapping. I felt like he was gonna say the same thing.
I fuck with Kim Jones too.
Or like Pierre Moss or something.
But I'm about to go with
I know who Pierre
You
Moss
don't know who
is.
you know who Pierre.
We
know
know.
Kim
I know
Jones.
Pierre
Craig-
Moss.
maybe Craig Smith.
Nah, I don't know who Craig Smith
Damn,
is. Craig
okay.
Smith could be walking outside right now, and I wouldn't know that brother.
Man,
Shout out to Kiki Palmer.
well,
Sorry
I mean,
to that man.
so Kim Jones is over like Dior right now.
Okay.
So if you seen like any like Dior,
I'm drunk. I'm at character.
Hey man, get Paris a job, man.
Shout out to
No,
Design
for
Jones.
real.
Shout out
like-
to Zion Dope.
Shout-
No,
Design dope.
absolutely, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, that
we got
nigga's
some stuff
talented.
coming up with him too, man. On the low, so
That's
on
another
the-
sweat
on the-
equity
on the
nigga
left
too,
side, yeah.
man. They-
Yeah, he putting in work too.
man,
For sure,
Shout
yeah,
out
yeah,
to
yeah.
him, man. That dude is out here really putting it on and like really doing it and really humble about it though. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for
Super
sure.
approachable,
Real cool.
man. Like,
real humble dude.
yeah.
Oh, y'all got a collab with Paris in the work?
Yeah, we
something
got
that,
we got
something
something
that
working.
might be up.
we
You know what I'm
into
saying?
something.
That's squeaking through.
Oh.
So
We just
Yeah,
trying
be
to
on
get
the
in
lookout
line
for
over
that.
at the
Right,
pregame.
right. We just trying right.
hey, we got a
Y'all
capacity.
got one
at
chat,
8.
nah, did
Okay,
too, but
we'll
okay.
be behind them. Then we can wait for that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. That's a
We'll
pregame. That's
We'll
a
be
pregame
fifth. It's
exclusive.
cool. Fifth is cool.
It's actually a project that we're hoping that a lot of people get their hands on.
Right.
It's something that Indy hasn't seen before from someone from Indy. We could talk off the mic.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hey man, shout out to the pregame exclusive. That's my favorite part.
That's my favorite part of the interviews.
Let's conclude it there, man. I appreciate y'all. This is awesome. Like I said before, make sure y'all come check out Cargo Streetwear Boutique.
Run the
Deuce has one
address
more
real
thing.
quick.
Oh yeah, let people know.
2328 Shelby Street. You can find us on Instagram at Cargo Streetwear. I don't know if there's anything else. Shout out to y'all too, man. Shout out to y'all for doing this and putting this on for the the city, because like this is just as much about the culture as what we're doing. So like,
Appreciate it.
without this platform, man, I think it wouldn't be where it is. You know what I'm saying?
I
Appreciate
appreciate that.
For sure.
Indie Star on the way though.
For sure.
I'm
Shout
waiting
out
for
also
all
shout out to
the
Ash Mack for coming through here one time. Showing
Yeah,
some
shout
love.
out to 96.3.
She showed
Right,
love
right.
for
Yeah,
that. You
shout
know what
out
I'm
to
saying?
y'all.
So right on 96.3.
Right.
Play some better music though.
Every one of them DJs you talk to, they'll tell you we don't control that, man. There's nothing we can do about it.
That's tough.
So you gonna hear Meg Thee Stallion again.
But you know what? The radio needs to figure out a way to update the system, like how they.
You would think at this point we'd be able to actually influence it, but I still don't think we can. Like they'll tell you like these are the suggested.
I didn't choose none of these.
It's because the record companies pay for the songs.
Yeah,
to
for
be
sure.
played.
Oh, yeah.
Payola is real.
Yeah, but you would think we'd be able to like text in what you want to hear.
I mean, you would
and,
think.
it'd
It
be
would
like
make
an
sense.
hour
Right.
worth of
Or
time.
I could at least pay like $1 for a request. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
fix
Like,
this, Ash Mack.
Come
Damn
on, man. Capitalize.
Damn.
Let me help y'all market.
Right.
That would be cool. Until somebody pay too much money for some bullshit.
I mean, but
Right.
it don't
And
matter
now
if they
I'm upset.
paying for it. You know, like
You got paid for it. You win.
pay to
Oh
play.
man, we appreciate y'all. Let's give a round of applause, man. Shout out to Cargo Streetwear Boutique.
Right on for having.
I learned some
right on for
things.
having us.
Cargo Part 2.
Yep.
For
Also, shout out to
Shout out to
man.
AO. Hold on.
What's up?
Because back in 2016,
Damn.
so AO was our first guest ever on the pregame podcast,
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
First
word.
one
You like the
ever.
update? We decent out here now,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all.
He was
y'all
on the first mic.
He was on
I
the
mean,
first
y'all was
mic.
official back then though, and y'all let me smoke a blunt. So shout out to you.
You did. Nah, man.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
so
even his house either. He was in trouble.
it wasn't. But definitely
You
started.
guys were doing what down there?
Definitely started in the basement. Had the mics with the cardboard around them, the
It was
phone.
bad.
AO came through, so we appreciate that, man. It's actually season 1, episode 16.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I
That's
believe.
crazy to
Yeah,
think about.
It was 16?
16 is called High Wishful Thinking. And what's so crazy is at the time we had a big long debate about we ready for guests or not. I remember that. Like,
Really?
should we have guests?
Y'all
We
did
ain't
well.
ready for that. We ain't.
That's just tight.
So-
that he's on episode 16 again.
Damn. Wow.
Damn. Let's fact check.
That's
I'm
crazy
damn
how that
near.
works.
He said it. You said it with some certainty.
I did, but hold on.
I know y'all be doing y'all
Somebody
research
fact check
beforehand.
that
so.
real quick.
Yeah, the IQ fact checker later.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's nuts. And you mentioned the actually doing a Cargo Streetwear Boutique when we had Ro James on the show. We was there that day.
So
I
that-
appreciate y'all for that too.
Yeah.
Right on.
Nah, that was the reason why we named it Cargo, because like the pop up, we already knew we were doing the shipping container. Like this was been a plan for me. Like I've been thinking about this. Like I said, like
He had to talk me into
I was
it.
trying to
Damn.
start a shipping container house.
That's funny because he was the mouthpiece for it. He had talked you into it, but he's the one telling everybody about it.
I mean,
but for
this
sure.
dude is a visionary,
Like,
man. He showed me some pictures. He made it make sense, and I was like, you know what?
We can do that.
Let's do it. Let's do
But
it.
that was the tightest part of this whole thing. So like, I would literally be geeked every time AO would post anything related to the shipment being like created. Like he would post when y'all first bought, I'm like, damn, it's tight. It's supposed to inside. Oh shit, here it comes. Oh, they got the drywall up. It's fucking crazy. Look at the floor, nigga. It's about to be. It was just. It was weird to watch.
It was a process, man.
Because a lot of people talk, man. You'll hear it all day, but like to see an idea literally go from idea to real tangible in front of you is crazy.
Comes to fruition.
No, it's weird because the plans, the blueprints that I drew like 2 years ago. Shout out to Nate from 2 E's because he actually helped me do the redo the floor plans, and I got them submitted to the city. Like without him, I couldn't afford to hire an architect at the time, and he's an architect student at Ball State.
Even that was tight. Like AO took a picture in like some kind of state building, getting some documents taken care of. I was like, damn, this shit's tight. He's about to do it.
So yeah, man, it's been a process, but it's been cool, man, and it's something that we can do over and help other people with. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So
for a nominal fee.
Man, this shit inspiring, man.
Y'all gonna have to interview us again because we got some other shit.
Oh yeah,
this is a good number one.
I'm all about that.
All right, for real, interview's over.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. Clearly, these are our friends.
Yeah.
So, we appreciate y'all, man, and Cargo Streetwear Boutique. Make sure to come check that out.
Right.
Next.